Chuck talks about this a lot, the jump shot. Live by the jump shot, die by the jump. I felt they relied on the jump shot way too much, especially the three-point shot. And in the fourth quarter, I know Blake had a great game, but Blake still has to impose his will on the opponent. So, to sit there and say we had tough calls, if you do what you're supposed to do, it should never be left in the hands of the referee. So you can't shoot 1 for 14, and Blake and Chris have to impose their wills. And then, when the Spurs starters are not playing well, to allow the bench to outplay you, something has to be done about that.
I said this last week, and obviously Doc Rivers don't have to listen to me. I think he needs to try to play Spencer Hawes because I think this team goes into a funk. If they're going to do the Hacker Jordan thing, I think he got to try something different. I mean, what's the weird thing about doing the same thing over and over, hitting yourself in the head? You just can't keep doing it. I think they need to try to put Spencer Howes in the game. He can make a shot. He's a decent rebounder because this team mentally, I think mentally more than anything, Ernie, when teams start doing the Hacker Jordan, I think it screws with them mentally, to be honest with you.
And I was surprised that San Antonio didn't go through to it when they were up 103, I think 96, because, then Jordan got two dunks after that. But it was like 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, 3:34 actually. And
it was 103-96 at that point.
And I thought that right then, you go to that Hacker Jordan again, and then all of a sudden, you put that pressure on him. But I guess he felt they were in offensive rhythm. He didn't want to take them out of it. But, it's been a ploy that's worked. Yeah. So regardless of it, and I agree with Reggie.
I understand I understand you saying it's work, but if they don't go 1 for 14, it's still a close game. So, you can't always look at the missed free throws and say if we would have hit his free throw. If they would have hit 2 more threes from the jump shooter.
No, but meaning it's worked in this regard, Shaq. I mean, like, at the time he used it in the first half, it was 63 all. And after he stops using it, they're up 5. They use it in the other game, they're up 7. So it's working to get a momentum run. Not saying it's working to win the game, but it's helping you get a momentum run and to stop someone else's momentum every single time.
It stops the Clippers run more than anything.
Yeah, five straight possessions of DeAndre Jordan at the foul line, going 5 for 10. Real quick before we head to break, that's a lot of Clipper talk. Put into perspective this Spurs win and what they were able to do, winning on the other guy's floor for the second time in a series.
It was impressive. It was very impressive. But let me just tell you this. The Spurs were impressive, but this was just a heck of a basketball game. One play here or there goes back to game 2. But I was impressed with the Spurs. But, man, this is just a monster series. I mean, with the exception of one game,
that first game in San Antonio.
One play. I mean, if doesn't mean like that tip counts, it might be a different outcome. But Doc said it the best. You're going to have to beat the Spurs. They're not going to beat themselves. They don't make mental mistakes. But listen, they got to get some out of that bench, Ernie. If you're losing 48-17, because the Clippers clearly have a better starting 5. But if you're getting beat 48-17, you can't win. That's at home. Yeah. Your bench guys should play better at home.
Yeah. Greg Popovich, by the way, when the Spurs are in a best of 7, tied at 2, is now 12-3 in game 5s. And tonight they win at 111-107.